Well, I think there are good trade agreements and bad trade agreements. I picketed against the North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, which largely added Mexico to the previous agreement that we had with Canada. And the reason I opposed it then and I oppose it now is that, back then Mexico was about 4% of the U.S. economy. It was about the size of the economy in Rhode Island, and yet we allowed companies to move jobs over the border into Mexico. I was working at the General Motors plant in Framingham, Massachusetts, prior to a decision being made by GM to close 3 U.S. plants, one in Massachusetts and Framingham, and 2 in Michigan, and close those plants and open those 3 brand new plants in Mexico. And over the years, we've seen millions of jobs disappear. And, that has not helped the U.S. economy. We've lost millions of jobs. And if you listen to what's going on in Mexico, it really has been an agreement that has exploited low-wage workers. That's not the type of agreement that I support. I have supported the Russia Free Trade Agreement because we did put some provisions in there. When's the last time you picked up, some item that you purchased and it says made in Russia? But I guarantee you, if you go to Russia, you'll see a lot of products made in USA, including Gillette and some of the local businesses that operate in our area. So, we just have to be smarter about our trade agreements. We have to make sure that we're not creating incentives in the tax code and in these trade agreements to move jobs from the United States overseas. We've got to give our workers a chance. Look, American workers should not be forced to compete with child labor. They should not be required to compete with very, very low-wage labor that's being exploited because there are no labor laws in these other countries. We shouldn't allow Americans to have to compete with companies and countries that ignore their environmental responsibility in their host country in order to get a competitive advantage with the United States. And we've seen a lot of that. Companies move overseas, there are no environmental standards, they're allowed to pollute the rivers and pollute the air, and all at the object of being more competitive and taking jobs out of the United States. We've got to be smarter than that.